James, are you there? Not able to join us on audio. Okay, we'll go to Sophia Cohen. Sophia, please, your name, your major, one skills. Sophia's not able to use her mic, no worries. Let's go to Hami Karib. Hami Karib.
Hey, my name is Hame. My major is mechanical engineering. I'm a senior, and the reason I took this course is because I took 2 hard technical electives, and I had like slot for 1 more, and I heard that this class is easy, and also I wanted to know like a bit of business, how to like start your own venture. So that's my reasoning for taking this course.
Excellent, good answer. And are you in Arizona?
Yep, I am in Arizona.
Lovely. It's great to have you. And I don't think it's an easy course. I think it will challenge you in ways engineering doesn't. How you think about your relationship with your customers. Ava Shooter. Ava, am I saying that right? Is it Ava or Ava?
Hi, it's Ava. Ava Shutter.
Excellent. Ava, tell us a little about yourself.
I'm a senior at Arizona State and and I study communications and fashion, and then I'm taking the certificate in innovation and entrepreneurship. So I hopped on here for that.
Excellent. Great to have you. It's nice to have people that aren't just engineers on here. Engineers make the world go round, even though I'm not one. I've worked with many good engineers, but I got news for you engineers. You need people like Ava as well to bring the creative fashion energy to make whatever you're doing pretty, aesthetically pleasing, and have some flair and energy. So as you get out there in the world of business, you'll find out you need many, many different kinds of people to collaborate and be successful. Engineers are brilliant and make all these great products and solutions, but they need a lot of help. Make the whole thing go, especially with fire breath. We're going to do one more introduction here. Sahir Khan.
Hi, hello. I'm a junior studying computer science, also ASU, and I joined this class to learn more about how business and just engineering, and specifically how I could connect the two and work on my own sort of like mini venture and just learn about what it takes to basically get to that point and make sure that I could continue to use those skills later on after I'm done with my undergrad. But yeah.
Excellent. Well, great to have you here. So my name is Brian Mitchell. I am a seasoned professional in the sales and marketing world, and I have for the last 10 years worked at small to mid-size, some of them even startup technology companies, software companies. The kind of stuff you read about in the media where people have a dream in a dorm room and build it up to be a multi-million-dollar, if not multi-billion-dollar company. I've been in sales and marketing roles. Before that, in manufacturing environments. I had the good fortune to work for a company called Rolls-Royce, making airplane engines, and Carrier, making air conditioners, which I know you all appreciate out there in the Valley. And what I'm here to do over the course of the semester is share with you how the 7 C's are applied in the real world. Not that the university is not real, but it is very, you're going to learn some great lessons in the university, but in the world where you actually have to drive revenue, you have to convince people to buy a product, pay money, pay over and over and over again for said product, okay? So I'm going to walk you through a few examples in doing that. I'm going to share my slides here for a second, and we're going to walk through just a handful of people just keep coming in. I'm so excited to have so many of you here able to share all this hard-fought knowledge. Excellent. Okay, I'll put my slides up and I'm going to share my screen. Can you all see my screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Thank you, Kash. Kash made a thumb up. Sorry, that was a Kash. Again, Brian Mitchell here. I'm just tickled to have you all with me to help you understand the application of 7 Cs. The first one in this semester, of course, is care. We really can't underestimate the power of caring. And I'll tell you this much. I'm in sales and marketing, and especially when you're in sales, and especially when you're starting out, people can smell on you whether you care and it's genuine and authentic. And when you genuinely care about other people's success, the amount of benefit of the doubt and opportunity that will be availed to you just because you have genuine care in your heart is more powerful than the actual solution that you will deliver. People in the business world, especially as you mature to like the point I'm in, become skeptical after having been through many successes and enough failures to understand the pitfalls in every opportunity. And so it is literally the idea of how much you care that will move mountains for you in your career. And I'm going to speak about a couple examples from 3 companies I worked at you've never heard of, but they've helped feed my family, give me great pride to work for, and how we've applied care in those instances. Those are Synovia, a GPS fleet tracking, SoniQ, a temperature monitoring company, and Vestige, a vehicle camera company. Caleb, thanks for joining us. You're 7 minutes late. We're not going to hold it against you. We're just taking you here. So in each of these instances, I was hired on to do marketing, and I cannot underestimate the amount and to the degree to which you have to very quickly care. Oh, I just lost the whole slide there. Sorry. You have to very quickly demonstrate you care about your client's problems. In the case of Synovia, we made fleet tracking solutions for school buses and to care about safe transport of kids to school. Very lucky during that point in my career that I had a child who was going to school on the school bus, so it felt very personal. It was easy for me to care. Admit one guest. Trying to admit you. He is not. Gio Gomez, welcome. Thank you for joining us. At SoniQ, if anyone you care about has ever been sick or is battling any kind of disease and requires extensive care, almost every kind of medicine, vaccine, and treatment is temperature sensitive. We made temperature monitoring systems that made sure that the systems that protected those drugs performed as they were designed to. And at Vestige, if you've ever been on the road, as all of us have, and seen dash cameras or have one yourself, you know the power they have to protect innocent drivers and settle disputes with fact and not if he said, she said. However, before we get into those examples, I'm going to, okay guys, now we're getting really late into the start of this. Thank you. Stop me to let people know. I'm going to last one in and we're going to give the rest of the recordings. Khalid, you're the last one, bud. It's 9 after now. We got something we said to be punctual. Yeah, I'm going to hold to that. I'm going to put that next percent. This is, to my mind, a powerful lesson in language. As you mature as a person, and you mature as a professional, you'll find out that the most powerful word that you can leverage
Hi, Professor. You're not audible anymore.
Now can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, that was weird. So I was fine, and then all of a sudden I wasn't. Is that what happened?
Yeah, I think so. You got a notification on the side and then your audio cut off.
Well, that's just disappointing. Okay. And now I can't get back to my slides. Give me 1 second. Let me pull the slides up. Okay. I'm going to share my screen again. Should not be this hard, but here we are. Nope, and that's not my slides. Well, this is officially becoming a challenge. Give me a second, gang. I apologize. I promise it's usually not this hard. I apologize, gang. Can we all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Going back to the slides. And going to share my screen. All right, people are still coming in 16 minutes late. Is that normal? Do you guys do this in class? When I was an undergrad, the teacher would have lost their mind. Maybe times have changed. Everybody deserves the extra credit, but it completely disrupts from trying to give the presentation. Okay, here we go. Back to the slides. I apologize about that, gang. So caring in this case was about students getting to school during the pandemic on the bus. And what we learned, we sold a product that was called Student Ridership. And it was a piece of hardware that went at the front of the bus. And many of you may experience this when you were at elementary school or middle or high school, when you swiped onto the bus, much like you would check into an airplane. And it was invented, sadly, because of child abductions or children going missing, and the parent didn't know till too late because they thought they were on the bus and they never made it to the bus. So it was a tool invented for child safety. And what they learned was during the pandemic, it could be used for contact tracing to find out who sat next to who on the bus to track disease transmission. We heard this from one of our clients in Florida. A school district in Southern Florida installed these, and we launched an entire product around it called Bus Guardian that was invented to help tackle this problem across school districts. We went from this product, student ridership, being our least sold, most expensive, most difficult to implement, to our most popular product, as people saw it as a way to give parents assurances that their children were or were not on the bus with other sick kids. But first, before that, right, the predicate of this is the innovation that led to inventing such a product, which is all driven out of a deep amount of caring for your customers. Okay, The next example of caring will also be familiar to many of you who attended public schools and ate in the school cafeteria. I worked at a company called Sonic U, where I led marketing, and we delivered a temperature sensor that was used in healthcare and life science environments in order to help healthcare and research professionals track the temperatures in their medical grade freezers. What we saw was that the same requirement was needed in school environments to protect tater tots and French bread pizza. And we were able to expand in that market by first understanding their unique challenges, understanding what regulatory burdens they were under, and the budget constraints they had that led them to have aging refrigerators. So before you go sell into a new market, you have to first care about the people you're talking to and the people you're trying to sell to, and understand the world through their eyes. You can craft language and sales materials, and ultimately the empathetic nature to understand the world through their eyes. You have to care deeply. You can't just take your product into a new market because you think it's going to fit, right? There is a huge amount of caring one must do first. Finally, combating big truck lawyer fraud. You may have seen signs like this all over the country, where people are urged to call the aggressive attorney who will help them fight back against the allegedly evil trucking company. In reality, there is a very sophisticated, very intricate ring of fraudsters that are staging accidents against trucks and working in concert with attorneys, physicians, law enforcement, even judges. There's some like just tawdry cases out there of very lucrative cases where they go after big truckers and their insurance claims, right? And so our cameras, our dash cams and side cams, help capture the reality of these accidents and protect big truckers. First, though, you have to care deeply about the welfare of these people and the businesses they run. What you'll learn in this industry is that, yes, there are a couple of big trucking companies that we're probably all familiar with, like Old Dominion and DHL and others who have trucks over the road, but most trucking companies are family run with less than 20 trucks that run regional routes, right? Maybe from Phoenix to LA or Phoenix to San Diego or even Phoenix to Tucson with their trucks, and get swept up in these deals, and can often have their family businesses that have been passed down from grandfather to father to daughter, to have these businesses ruined by one unscrupulous fraudster, right? And by caring deeply about their problem, you're able to, again, position yourself as a solution, and you're not then selling a camera, you're selling the ability to save a family business, right? By caring deeply about the clients you serve and the problems they face, you're able to position whatever it is you've invented or whatever it is you're selling in a way that resonates with your client. Okay, let's come back to I versus you. Throughout the course of this semester, I'm going to come back to these simple words that we misuse too often in our language. There's nothing wrong with being selfish in so much as we all have to look out for ourselves to advance in this world. The problem is when that becomes all we think about, and we talk about I, right? I think we all know people or have known people throughout our lives that are a little too egocentrical. What you'll learn, though, as you advance in your career, regardless of if you're an engineer or you're in fashion or anywhere in between, is that the people that tend to go the furthest and have the most success, whether it's an entrepreneurial or in corporate or in university or nonprofit, tend to make successes about other people. They tend to make it about you and not them. And this is most easily reflected in the language we use, right? So I'm going to ask all of you as you get off this call tonight and secure your extra credit and go about your business, is as you're walking through the talk track in your head, I have to do this and I need to get this done and I need to go there and I need to work and so forth, force yourself as often as possible to try to reframe and make the conversation about you, whoever it is you're dealing with, your professor, your colleague, your classmate, your parent, your roommate. This can often be what separates good employees from great employees. I've seen it throughout my career, this magical ability to make whatever we're working on about other people and not about yourselves. So it may seem basic and a bit like something we might learn in kindergarten, but I would remind all of you, it's actually a powerful cheat code to get a lot farther in life, is to stop talking about I and talk about you. Okay, I apologize for the technical difficulties. We would have been done about 8:15. Otherwise, I try to keep these to 15 or 20 minutes. I'm going to open it up to any questions. No. I do suggest you all find me on LinkedIn and connect. I'm Brian Mitchell in Indianapolis, and I work at Transit Technologies. I will pull up my LinkedIn, actually. There's nothing more powerful, and I'll share my screen again as that comes up. There's nothing more powerful in your career as having a great network. And I have been very blessed in that most of the jobs I've gotten over the last 15 years have been because someone recommended me for it. And so to connect with each other and to refer each other to either work or opportunities or colleagues is hugely powerful. So if you don't have your LinkedIn, get it stood up. If you're not making connections, get after it, because this is what's going to help you get jobs out there in the real world. Find me, connect with me, and when you need an introduction or need an opportunity to get an interview, I've got, as you see, 4,700 followers in my network because I'm pretty fanatical about it. I will be happy to help any of you make the introduction to someone in my network. All right. So I look forward to connecting with you. I look forward to talking with you more over the course of the semester, and I wish you very well in ETN 360, learning about entrepreneurship. Have a great evening, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.